Welcome to another episode of Coffee in Real Estate. I'm your host, Jamey Ice, founder of Ave Homes, and I'm joined by the lovely Holly Elrod.
Yes.
Who, this conversation is long overdue.
Very long overdue.
Long overdue. Yeah. So, real estate agent extraordinaire, one of the heads of our Parker County team.
Yes.
And yeah, so let's dive into it.
Yes.
I feel like that'd be fun because you and I have had a lot of conversations already, so I know a little bit of the story, but we're going to dive into it.
Okay.
So I like to kick things off. Just tell me who you are, what you do, a little background, and let's go.
Okay. Well, I have been in the business for about 11 years. I started very part-time.
Over a decade.
Yes. That's crazy. Yeah. I've not seen many markets except for an appreciating market. So this has been a different world for me the past couple of years. But anyways, I
want to come back to that.
Okay.
That's a great thing.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's come back to that.
Okay.
We were in appreciating markets.
Yes.
Which is that'll be interesting for us to talk about. But give me your background. Keep going. Keep going on that.
So anyways, I been in business almost 11 years. I was in title before that. So I have a little bit of experience with title insurance. And so it kind of gave me a good baseline for my business. My husband's in mortgage. So obviously having that in the house really has helped me in my business.
Real estate family.
Yes. Been married for over 20 years. I don't know, like 24 years, I think. Oh my God. I think I lose count, but I don't even know how old I am those days. But 2 boys, grown adults. And so anyway, so we're entering into the empty nester stage. And so that's been really weird, but yeah.
So many things to jump off into. Okay, so you originally got your start in title.
Yes.
And what were you doing, Mike?
So I started as a receptionist. I mean, that's how I started. And then I obviously worked my way up. When I left title, I was doing escrow officer. I was the backup closer for our office. And then
so you were doing like the legal signing stuff.
The notarizing, but I did the front end and the back end. So I literally knew all the ins and outs of a real estate transaction.
How long did you do that?
Probably for 5 years.
Okay.
And then I had my kiddos and stayed home with my kiddos for a little bit. And then
took time off.
And then took time off. So the funny thing is, well, I guess not funny thing, but kind of how my real estate career started was one of my clients at Title. Mm-hmm. When I stopped working at the title company, she was like, come work with me. Come get your real estate license. And I was like, I had small kids at home. I was like, I know what that world looks like. It's a lot of backwards.
You're working with agents all the time.
And I know what that looks like. And so I was like, I just really don't think that's for me. With my kids and everything. She probably asked me it was a long while. Anyways, and she finally was like, what if I paid for your school?
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
She wanted you that badly.
And I'm super grateful for that start. I was super grateful for that because that was something that they wanted to invest in me.
Yeah.
And so that was huge. And so, talking to my husband, I was like, it wouldn't be a bad idea. I mean, this is what I tell my kids to this day is like, having real estate in your tool belt is never going to be a bad thing. You're always going to buy and sell real estate, as an adult. And so having that in your tool belt. So ultimately I decided to do it. I was working 3 part-time jobs while I was doing school. I worked at my church one day a week to help with the curriculum for church. I babysat on Monday, my neighbor. Okay. And then I was working part-time at a preschool.
And had small kiddos.
And had 2 small kids. And doing real estate school.
Oh my God.
So I literally committed to like 1 hour a day doing real estate school. It took me 6 months, but I did it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I started. And I was with her for first 2 years, and I did it very part-time. Mm-hmm. And so we moved, and I kind of wanted a little bit more. And so that's kind of when I went more full-time, switched to a bigger brokerage. Yeah. And that was how I got started.
Well, okay, take me back even before that, like, background, where you from, all of those things. And then were you interested in real estate? Like, because when did you start doing title? Like, how old were you?
I was 20. So that was 2003. So I was 20.
Okay, you were 20.
Yeah.
And were you interested in real estate before that? Like, was that?
Not really. So we had moved. I was born and raised mostly in Grand Prairie. Yeah. And then I moved to Houston in 3rd grade, and that's where I met my husband. He's from Houston.
So and then we grew up in Houston.
Yes, from 3rd grade until 19. Mm-hmm. And then my husband and I got married. We moved here. And then I didn't have a career at that point. I had a baby, had small baby, and I knew I needed something to help us financially. So my husband and my stepdad were in mortgage, and had connections. And so I saw that they were hiring a receptionist, and I was like, you know what? This is right up my alley. I'm good with all the paperwork. I'm good with people. So that's kind of how I started.
You're pretty detailed.
Yes, I am. If you read Tasha and I bio, I'm the T crosser I daughter. Like that is, I'm very detail oriented.
You and Tasha have a dynamic duo.
We're complete opposites, and it works. It completely works. So yeah. So I am the detail oriented person. And so I had no interest in getting to real estate. My dream job is being a labor and delivery nurse. Like that is it's like still to this day, like that is my dream job.
Okay.
So my dream job is labor and delivery. I've always interested me, obviously having 2 babies of my own.
Yeah.
Maybe one day when our kids are off our payroll, maybe I'll go back to school eventually, but maybe not. I don't know. It may be a pipe dream.
So husband's doing mortgage.
Yes.
And then what brought y'all to Fort Worth? Like what?
So when I got pregnant, both of us did not really have career-driven dreams at that point. And so my stepdad offered my husband, say, hey, come work with me. He'd been mortgaged for a long time, and let me teach you what I know.
Yeah.
And so that's pretty much what drove us to Dallas-Fort Worth from Houston.
Okay. And so dual real estate family.
Mm-hmm.
What is that like? Because when the market's up, it's great. Like,
yeah,
we're both doing the same thing.
It's been tough. It's worked. Yeah. It's worked. I mean, so he does mostly like portfolio type customers, so refinances and so I don't know, it's just worked. But yes, when it's bad, it's bad, and when it's great, and when it's in between, we make it work.
And do y'all talk real estate stuff like around the dinner table? Is that like
we do, but like it's really great for me. Like if I can't get a hold of like anybody in the mortgage that's doing my buyer's lending or anything like that, I can bounce stuff off of Ken all day long, and he can tell me, things that I need to know. So that is a huge benefit to my clients.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
And so you've been doing it now for 10 something years. Do you have any idea how many like families you've helped or deals you've done?
Oh gosh. I don't know I probably should know that.
Yeah.
I don't know the exact number. I mean, it's been over, I would say, if I on average do 10 deals a year, I'd say 10 to 15 a year over 10 years, but I haven't done that.
150, 200 deals, something like that.
Probably closer to the 150 mark. Like, and I don't know if that's like true, like start to finish transactions, but at least having conversations about real estate.
Yeah. So you got a friend of yours was like, I'll pay for your license. You've done titles, you know the ins and outs of the legal side. Which that probably gives you a massive heads up.
It does, but just like everything else, so many things have changed over the years. I'm just like, I love that I have, that's what I say, a good baseline of a lot of things to help me in my real estate career.
Yeah. So when you got into it, were you good? Did you like it? Were you like, this is fun?
Yeah, I did. But I did it part-time because, again, I was like inching my way in and not really immersing myself. So, yeah, I mean, I love helping people. I mean, you help them with the biggest investment that they buy. And so I will tell you some of my hesitation, and this is what I tell agents that are maybe thinking about getting into the business. I don't know if this is a negative, but there's a lot of red tape that people don't realize, and a lot of legalities that people don't realize that we take on as real estate agents. And that is why it's so important to be represented.
Yeah.
Is because there's so many things that within the legal world
can go wrong.
Yes. And so honestly, like that's when the person that wanted to invest in me, I told her, I said, yes, I have small kids, but also like, I know.
Yeah. Being on the title side, I
know the thing.
The weight.
Yes.
Which probably makes you a good real estate agent. Like
I'm hoping.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. But so I knew, I'm like, I just don't know if I want to take that on. And so that's super important. I feel like when you're helping people is that I understand that. Like I understand this is huge business transaction. There's a lot of things that go into it, timelines, things like that. So that did help me in the title world.
At what point did you make the leap to go full time? And what was that like? Did you started doing a few deals? You're like, I'm good at this. I like this. Like, walk me through that sort of transition.
I felt like I just wanted more. And in that moment, my kids were a little older at that time. I mean, they were 3rd and 6th grade. when we moved, and I kind of realized that. And then also Tasha, she was very much into saying, hey, let's do this together. Like that's when we
So
kind of
y'all are at the same brokerage.
We were not yet. Like so 2017, was it 27? Yeah, 2017 is when we kind of joined in our partnership. And she had been, she'll tell you the story. She said it took her about a year and a half to get me to take the leap, to come work alongside of her, come join the same brokerage.
Yeah.
And it's been great. But yeah,
And we all friends? Like, how did y'all know?
So we worked at the preschool together.
No, okay.
So that's how we met. And then she got into real estate, and then I got into real estate, not because she was in it, but just because somebody wanted to invest in me. And so, and then we just always talked about real estate together. Like once I got my license, and then she's like, just come, let's do this together. So we did. Yeah. And so that's when we kind of joined. And then that's when I was with the brokerage before that.
Yeah. Walk me through, I mean, like y'all's partnership is unique. Like because most agents are kind of, like I said, a lot, they're on an island.
Yeah.
Like walk me through some of the benefits of that, how that's been fun, how that's worked.
I mean, honestly, like it can kind of get mundane when you're by yourself.
Yeah.
And you don't have anybody to hold you accountable. Mm-hmm. I want to have work that's fun.
Yeah.
And I want to do things that feels fun and not just mundane. And so we have a lot of fun together. We don't do a lot of like business transactions together. It's more of like just our marketing and things like that.
Okay.
And
so y'all are like showing for each other and doing that stuff.
We 100% will do that for each other if we need to. And we know like if one goes out of town, the other one has us. But it's more of
y'all
just
built this brand and this friendship, which is really cool.
It is cool. And I'm going to say it. Most girls can't work together. Just going to say it. Everybody knows it. I'm just going to say. But it works. We are complete opposites. It just works.
Yeah. Yeah, they're opposites, but you also have a lot like values.
Values is one of our biggest things. Yes.
Family, like there's a lot of those commonalities too. And I think like, the other thing about real estate is it can be very cutthroat.
Oh.
It can be very like sharks in the water and and I feel like your personality is not that.
No, at all. I'm probably the least competitive person out there.
I feel like you have this like kind of gentle spirit and like just kind and inclusive. And so both of y'all have that, which I think is kind of this unique thing about what you bring to the table.
Yes.
Because it's like so personal.
It is.
And it's not just about closing deals.
No, I have never, and that I saw that in the title industry when I was in it, and I knew that's not how I wanted. I knew how cutthroat it could be, and I was like, that's not me to begin with. Yeah. And there's enough business to go around for everybody. Yeah. So this is what I always say: if somebody doesn't want to work for me because they don't feel like I'm a good fit for them, there's somebody else out there for them, and vice versa. If somebody doesn't work well with that agent, you know what? I probably am a better fit for them, and so there is enough business for everybody. And I do feel that I'm never going to be that way. Never.
What's your favorite part of the job?
I think just helping people accomplish something, especially like I've helped a lot of first-time home buyers. I've helped a lot of single moms who didn't think they could ever own a home. When I would help them rent for a long while, and then eventually them being able to purchase a home, or those first-time home buyers were like, seemed so far-fetched for them, and seeing that they can do it. Yeah. You know, that I love helping people accomplish that.
Yeah. Hardest part of the job?
Probably just, Tasha and I just did a video about this, just the emotionality that goes into to a real estate transaction. Because for us, this is our day in and day out job. We do this every day we know what goes into it, what it takes. And for somebody that's even sold at one or two houses, it still can get emotional. Yeah. And so when people get emotional, obviously that can get real hard. Yeah. And so you're just trying to be their sounding board, and you're the neutral party. Yeah. But that can be challenging because emotions are real. Yeah. And so you still want to validate them.
Mm-hmm. So how do you approach it? Like walk me through like.
Just like anything. You just have to say, hey, I hear you. I understand what you're saying. Mm-hmm. Here are the facts. Like, this is what we're trying to accomplish. This is the end result. I know it's emotional. I know that you're upset or frustrated or whatever it is, but how can we compromise? Because it's a buyer and seller compromising. It really
It
is.
always is. Someone wants one thing.
Yes.
Someone wants another thing.
And everybody wants the best outcome, but sometimes you have to compromise. How can we get to this middle ground to accomplish the end result?
Yeah, for sure. So that's probably the most challenging
I would say, yeah.
piece of it.
And then just the legal part of things, just making sure that you don't miss something because it could have, it could
And
cost.
do you, I'm assuming you like that piece a little bit.
I do because it's black and white,
Uh-huh.
but it is something that you don't want to mess up because it could cost somebody a lot of money.
Yeah.
And that's hard.
Do you have a particular deal or family where it was like, man, I was so proud of this. It was like one of my like a milestone moment at all?
Well, 2025, I closed my hardest deal I've ever closed.
Oh, tell me about it. I love hearing about hard deals.
I'm not like my husband told me, he's like,
For like 10 years in. You're 10 years in.
10 years in, it was the hardest deal I've ever dealt with.
What was it? What happened?
It was just, so the condition of the house wasn't great.
Okay.
And we knew that going in.
Yeah.
They had tried to sell it for sale by owner before.
Mm-hmm.
And
you're listing it?
I'm listing it.
Listing.
I helped them buy it. It was a complete renovation when they bought it, like literally gut job. And we obviously had all the inspections and everything else, but it was an older house.
Yeah.
Like I always tell people, you may have some stuff come up because it is an older home. And so when we listed it, we knew some things were not great about the condition of the house, but we were just listing it and seeing if we got anything. We lost one buyer because it was VA and it just would not pass VA guidelines, which we knew it could happen. Mm-hmm. We got another contract, and not because of the house, but the buyer's financing was falling through because of some other things. And I was like, no, we're not losing another buyer. Yeah. Like, no. And so I told the buyers.
So you lost two buyers at this point.
Well, we would have. We didn't. Okay. We saved it. Yeah. But we did lose the one buyer. But I was like, and I told the buyer's agent, I was like, give me a day. I was like, please give me a day. Let me call around to the lenders that I know and see if we can get this done.
Yeah. So at this point, it's been hard to sell.
Yeah.
Needs some work. You finally got someone who's like, I want it.
Yes. And they're willing. Like they want the house.
Yeah.
And so found a lender that actually came into our office and said, if you have a problem loan, I love to find a solution. Call me. So I did. I called her. Yeah. I was like, here's the situation. I gave her every situation that we were dealing with. Yeah. And so she actually found a lender that would do it. Uh-huh. And it's the weirdest loan, but it worked. But along the way, we had to switch title companies because the current title company we were with couldn't write the policy because of the type of loan we were doing. Because again, a very weird loan. And then just everything that could go wrong on inspections, it did. Anything that, requests from the lender were so odd and like, okay, but we literally figured it out. Postpone closing twice. Yeah. Like everything. I just was like, me and the lender after it, we were like, how did we get here? Because even up until the funding, like even funding was like questionable. Mm-hmm. And there was so many other things I probably can't even think about at the moment. But my husband did tell me, he's like, I've never seen you stress as much as you stressed over a transaction. I've never watched you work as hard as you have to keep this deal together. And it was day by day. It wasn't just like, a couple weeks back. No, it was day by day, something new, something that we had to find a solution for. Yeah. It was.
And that's going to go back to the emotions of that. Like,
absolutely.
I mean, that's like, you got to set the temperature too with your client. Like,
and I was working, I was working with a new agent, mm-hmm. but she was great through all of it. We just kept the communication going. But again, working with a newer agent that hasn't seen even some of this.
Yeah. And you're stepping in onto the buyer side, even though you're on the listing side.
Yes. And so I'm helping her.
The loan structure. What was weird about the loan?
So it's called Thule. It's an Indian reservation type loan.
What?
So they ultimately, it almost is like a wholesale to me.
Okay.
So they are truly the buyer. Okay. These people, the buyers.
They're kind of like owner financing it too.
Yes. But so we not only had to do Thule's, like all of their guidelines. It was an FHA loan, but we also, the bank that they were going through, like the lender we were going through had their own guidelines. And so,
interesting.
I've
never heard of that.
And the other thing is like the weird thing for me. So the buyer had a laundry list of items that they have to complete within 12 months.
Oh, okay.
Like things that.
Yeah. But you were not on the hook for that.
No,
Yeah.
no. But it's just weird because I've never seen that. I'm like, they were things that the loan required and guidelines, but it's now on the buyers to do within the first 12 months.
Wow.
I don't know. It's like I said, it's the hardest transaction. And I literally was praying every day. I'm like, Lord, get us through this. Because we worked so hard to get it done.
So how do you like, what do you, one of the things I love to ask is, again, it's emotional, it can be hard. What do you do to like, to take care of you to be able to show up that way? Like do you have any practices or things you do to like help you be your best to take on that weight?
Just who I don't do anything specific.
Like self-care is kind of what I'm looking.
Well, yeah, I mean, I have margin in my life. Like I know when I need a break. Like I know when I need to step back and be like, no, I just need a day to not.
So taking a break is
taking a break and having margin and not being overwhelmed with. I mean, I'm really bad about answering my phone late at night, early, like all hours of the day.
Yeah.
I'm not great about that, but I do know if I need to just take a step back and be like, okay, on Monday, I'm not going to do much anything real estate related because I just need to focus on me.
Yeah, especially if you work the weekends.
Yes. And then like Fridays, I mean, anybody that knows me, Fridays is my like chore day. Like that's a Holly personal day. Like that's
okay.
So I do that. Obviously I work, and if something comes up, I switch my schedule around. But that's typically when I get my grocery shopping done, like get everything prepared for the weekend, for the next week ahead. Because I don't like to do chores on the weekend.
Yeah, I love that. Enjoy the weekend.
Yes.
What is there anything that you've like learned in doing this? Like just a big lesson I learned 10 years into it now.
Yeah. Trying to think. That one caught me off guard.
Like something I know now that I didn't know then.
Oh, I'm trying to think. I mean, I'm more consistent.
What do you mean by that?
Like, okay, so one thing that I, even like part-time going into full-time, like just the consistency of daily processes and things like that. I wasn't great about that. I didn't think you really, not necessarily needed it, but I would say I've implemented a lot of things, processes, how I deal with my clients and everything like that in the past probably 5 years.
Okay.
And I feel like that has really helped my business.
The systems
and things like that. Yeah. I was never taught that at the beginning because I did it part-time. And then now being at 6 Ave and seeing and being just, social media alone.
Yeah.
It's a beast in itself. It's a whole job in itself.
The marketing side of what you're talking about.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I never thought in a million years that you would have to be a social media content creator, because
you have to wear all these hats.
You do.
Yeah.
And it's
marketer, accountant,
Yeah, it's exhausting.
Contract reader.
Yeah.
All
of the things. Yeah, and that is a job in itself, is the social media.
Yeah, and that's probably one of the hardest things of real estate is you're an entrepreneur. You got to get your own business. Yes. You probably have learned a lot about that, and you guys are good at that. Like
we try.
For those that don't know, just walk me. Like you guys have kind of built this fun brand.
Yes.
2 chicks and a sold sign.
2 girls and a sold sign.
2 girls and a sold sign.
Yes.
And just some of the stuff you've done, like walk us through.
Well, one of the biggest things that we did was cocktail hour.
Yeah.
Which Tanner, of all people, we were like, okay, we want to build this brand because we were Lone Star Real Estate Group prior. When we came here, we were like, okay, we want to kind of rebrand ourselves, kind of get ourselves out there. And Tanner was just like, you need to do a lot more video. Well, we were not into the video. Like we were like, don't feel comfortable. We don't know what to say. Like all that. And so we were just talking and Josh's like, why don't we just do like a fun cocktail since we have a speakeasy in our office?
Yeah.
And so that's what we started doing every Wednesday.
Yeah.
We did cocktail hour. And
y'all would make a drink.
We would make a drink.
Guests.
Sometimes we have guests. Sometimes we didn't even know what we were doing. Sometimes we didn't have the right ingredients. Like but it took off. And like we would go to networking groups.
Yeah.
And people knew us from that. Like, like you're the girls that do the cocktails. So it really took off.
Yeah. I think one of the things I love about it is the consistency.
Yes.
Like and you were talking about that earlier, but like the just showing up. It's like there's compound interest, so to speak. It's just the act. It's not one big thing.
No. And it didn't have anything to do with real estate, really.
No, but it was fun.
Like, it's nothing.
It showed your personality.
Honestly, like, the one thing that we've really noticed is people don't necessarily care about the real estate part of it.
Yeah.
They want to know who you are, your genuine self.
Yeah.
They want to be able to relate to you. Cocktail hour shows our personalities, like, through and through. Like, it really does. And so that we have found we get way more engagement out of the most silliest of things. You're like, how does that make sense? I'm trying to educate you over here and tell you about, like, some really great tips and stuff. And they do. Like, those are great.
Yeah.
But
But it's a relationship. And
it is.
People find people and they're like, are you a real person? Are you fun? Would I want to have a cocktail with?
Yes. And yes, you would. Cocktails are my jam.
Which is your favorite one that you yelled?
I'm trying to think. I don't know. I don't like the real sweet ones. I like the refreshing ones.
Yeah.
So
sometimes y'all make some pretty crazy sweet
we
ones.
do. What's the one we made with you? What was it's like the green,
right?
No, the Amma.
Oh, we did absinthe one time.
Oh my God.
Or we lit it on fire.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
So that's not very good, but it's fun.
No, it was, yeah. And there's some other ones that I didn't. This is the thing that I don't know. We don't, like, some of them we do drink, like, but most of them we don't. We have a sip and then we just throw them in the sink. I mean, that
the experimentation.
It is. It's experiment.
But I love that y'all have done that. I mean, like, that's building a brand and it's showing up. And I've been talking with my kids. It's just like little things over time make such a big impact. And I feel like on marketing, on anything, it's like just showing up.
Yeah.
If you can do something consistently and make it a habit, like, the impact of that is greater than.
And that goes back to the processes too. I mean, just keeping at all the things that go into running a business that people don't see.
Yeah. Talk to me a little bit about family. So you mentioned you got 2 boys.
2 boys, 22 and 19.
And now they're older. What was that like in the early days, like juggling showings and soccer practice and all,
I will tell you. So that was one of the things I didn't want to get into real estate because my kids were young and I didn't want to miss. I knew what it looked like. But I will tell you, so I was told, and this is when I was still in title. It's actually when they were trying to promote me. And I was like, I don't know if I want to do that. Again, I think I was actually pregnant with Jordan, my youngest, and Ryan had to been like 2 or 3. And I was like, I don't want to work past 5 because I have this little one. I was pregnant. And so somebody told me, you'll never make it in this world if you have that mindset. And I was like, I don't believe that, because honestly, if people don't want to work with me because I put my family first, then I don't necessarily think that's going to be a good relationship anyways, because my family does come first.
Yeah.
I mean,
you kind of have always had that priority.
100%. And so going into real estate.
Who said that? You don't say the name.
It was just somebody that was higher in the hierarchy than me.
Yeah.
And when I was wanting to, further my career and title. And
so you've always prioritized.
I always have. And so going into real estate, even with young kids, I very rarely missed their things. Mm-hmm. And my boys were heavily involved in sports. Yeah. I made it to where, I may have missed a handful of games or things like that. I even made practices because it was important to me, and they are my why. Yeah. That is our why as to why we provide for our family, and so I very rarely missed anything. And so, I very much do prioritize, and I have literally proved that person wrong.
Yeah, I know.
I have been very successful.
11 years in, hundreds of deals.
Well, I did, and raising a family. And
so how do you like, is part of it like communicating that to clients, just kind of like managing expectations?
Yeah, and my kids have come to showings with me.
Yeah.
My kids have helped me put up listing signs. People just know that they are my world, and I'm going to do what's best for them. And if that means I'm still going to get the job done, but
and being authentically you.
Yes.
You're authentic. So are any of the boys interested in real estate at all?
Actually, yes. Again, it goes back to, I've told them it's never a bad tool to have in your tool belt, have a real estate license. So my oldest is going into ministry. We've told him you probably need to have like a little side gig. So he is going to be getting his real estate license. He thinks investment type stuff interests him more, but we'll see how that goes. But yeah, he is definitely.
I didn't know he was doing that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So he lives in Arkansas. And so actually I'm thinking about getting my license in Arkansas to help him and guide him. And then, never know.
Yeah.
Or life will lead us. So yeah.
He's in seminary or going to seminary?
He isn't. So he's graduating in May with his major in religious studies and then minor in business.
Okay.
And then he's going to get his real estate license after that.
Okay. And what's your younger son doing?
He's just working. Okay. He's not my school guy, which is 100% fine with me. I'm not the traditional, you have to go to college. So he wanted to move up there. They have a great core group of friends and community.
He's in Arkansas too?
We just moved him there in January.
How did they both wind up in Arkansas?
Yeah, who knows? I mean, we had never heard of Conway, Arkansas ever. And then my oldest played football at his college. And so that's how he ended up there. And then my youngest followed.
That's so cool.
I know, it's crazy.
That's wild.
Empty nesting is...
yeah, what's that been like?
I am not an emotional person. And so the night that we got home from Arkansas, dropping my youngest off, it was little things. It was like, okay, I was going to put some stuff up that he had sent home with us in his room. I'm like, okay, yeah, it's sad. And then it was doing something else that he normally would do. Okay, yeah, that's a little sad. And then I was making my grocery list for the week and I broke down. Oh. And again, I'm not a crier.
You're not buying lunches.
No. And that's what got me. I'm like, oh my, this is it's kind of like final. It's like, okay, this is happening. My husband was like, is everything okay? What do I need to do? Let's go to dinner? Because I'm just typically not like that. But I was like, give me 2 minutes and I'll be fine. And I was, and it's been fine.
The finality of things is a wild concept.
It really is.
Like the last time you're buying groceries, the last time. I had that moment probably about a year or so ago. I was, JJ, my littlest, who's now 7, she's not little. She weighs 60 pounds.
Yeah.
But anyway, she was wanted to get into, we were at Target and she wanted to get into the shopping cart thing. And I'm like, your legs don't even fit in that. Your feet don't fit in that. And it dawned on me this may be the last time I put her in the shop,
I know. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I know. And now I'm entering into the kids are getting married and, having babies in the next 5 years. Hopefully, I don't know. But yeah, it's crazy.
Okay, I want to circle back to, you said this in the intro, being in different I can't remember the word you said.
Yeah, appreciating market. So when I got in the business in 2015, I mean, really, it's been an appreciating market. It's always been a seller's market.
Yeah.
And even though it's not technically a buyer's market, I think we're a very neutral market at this point.
I would say it's a buyer's market.
I mean, they're not saying that.
I would say it is.
But it's leaning towards more in buyer's favors a lot of times. So I just have never...
It's the most inventory we've had in 10 years.
Yes, it is.
That's not a... Yeah.
I know. But anyway, so I have always been in a market, I would always tell people that, the longest I had a listing sit was 29 days.
Yeah.
Up until 2 years ago.
No way.
Yeah. And so going into the market in 2024 is really kind of when it hit my business. We were having houses sit for 6-9 months.
Yeah. Because that's when you have more inventory. There's more stuff sitting. People get less buyers.
Yeah. And so it just...
So that was hard. And when you say appreciating, the house, is worth more this year than the previous year. This year. And we've seen prices go down
a little bit.
For the first time in a really, really...
Yeah, I think we've had 2, if not 3 corrections in the market with pricing. And I feel like it's pretty stable. I feel like interest rates are stable. I feel like pricing's pretty stable.
It's not like a crash. It's not...
Wow.
But it's different.
It is different.
It's very different.
It is.
So how have you navigated that? Have you had to change how you approach things?
So with sellers, you just have to, again, they're used to those type of markets too, where things fly off the shelf and they get more for their money, for their house than they thought they were going to get. So it's just setting the expectation. And I think just having different conversations with them is hey, I know in the past 10 years, this is the way it's been. But right now, this is the expectation you need to have. And we need to have a really good game plan up front. If we don't get a contract within this amount of days, if we have to reduce, if we have to offer a seller concession. So just, I think, setting the expectation a little differently than we have ever had to set it.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's helpful. Can you talk a little bit about just the relationships with your clients, what that looks like, how you approach that, any kind of noteworthy relationships from that? Like,
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I try to be very, I would say I'm an over communicator. So I like to have an open communication.
Yeah.
I like to treat them as if they were my family or friend, even if I don't have a solid relationship prior to that. But I mean, an open line of communication. I think that being upfront with them is the only way to be.
Yeah.
Even if it's a hard conversation. And then, I'm trying to think what else. I was going to say something and I don't remember what I was going to say. Oh, open line of communication. Okay, I was going to say something else I felt it was really good. Oh, I know what I was going to say. Okay.
Give it to me.
Okay. I actually tell people like, we're going to be like BFFs for like 3 months.
Yeah.
Like we are going to be talking daily, multiple times a day, have hard conversations. And so at the end of it, I'm like, okay, it's going to feel like a breakup. It's going to feel like we're breaking up because we're not going to talk as much. Obviously, I'll still be here and I'll reach out every now and again, but it won't be day in and day out like it's been. So I just, again, going back to the communicating, just having a very good line of communication.
Yeah. So what's next? You're in a new season of life. Are there any like new hobbies or going on adventures or like any like life changes with that? Like
not life changes, but obviously I love to travel.
Yeah.
I would love to be able to travel a little bit more. Again, we got to get some kids off the payroll.
Yeah. You can pay for that college.
But no, actually, I've talked to several people about that. I'm like, I have to find a hobby. Like my hobby has been my family. And they were in sports. They were doing this. They were doing that. I'm like, I don't knit. I'm not a reader. Like I need to find a new hobby and I don't know what that is. How do you find a hobby at 43 years old?
People do.
I mean, travel, I'll do that all day long.
So no big plans right now?
Not right now. No, I mean, no, not really.
Yeah. What do you do for fun outside of real estate?
I love live music.
Okay.
So I love to go listen to live music. As I mentioned earlier, cocktails are my jam. I will go to a restaurant strictly for their cocktails, just to go to a happy hour or whatever. Other than that, I mean,
like who are some of your favorite people to see? Like what music do you like?
I mean, country is probably all 90s music. I mean, seriously, 90s could not go wrong with their music.
I agree.
I mean, any type of genre.
Country, rock.
Yes, I love 90s music. So I don't really have a favorite. Red Iron Push, they've actually played for us at some of our events. They're one of my favorite local ones. But there's tons. And I'll go listen to whatever. Yeah. I'm not real picky.
Yeah.
I just love to
go and be around.
I love just to go and, have a cocktail and listen to live music and just hang out.
Yeah. So cocktails, where's your favorite place to go to? You said you go to restaurants just because of the cocktails.
We do.
Where's your go-tos? Center go-tos.
I'm trying to think. So there actually is a place and it's not like a fancy cocktail, but there's Bella Italia in Northlake up near me.
Okay.
And it's called, I'm probably not pronouncing this correctly. It's called a Basilico Spumante. I crave it, but it's got like basil and mint. Okay, so it's got
basil.
Yeah, basil, mint, and I think it's grapefruit juice, prosecco, club soda, and there's something else in there. I know there is, and I can't think of. I literally crave it.
Have you recreated it?
No, not really sure.
So
Ken gets on me because I'll have all these great cocktails. I'm like, okay, we're going to recreate it at home. And so we buy all the things. And he's like, okay, we've just spent $100 and something on all these ingredients that you're going to make once if you can't figure it out.
Yeah.
Or now we have all this stuff that doesn't go with any other kind of drink.
Yeah.
And so he gets on me for doing that.
That's funny.
Probably my most favorite kind of cocktails are gimlets.
Okay. What's gimlet?
It's a gin based, and you can make them however. Those are probably my most favorite.
I've been on a gin kick recently.
Yeah.
It's clean. I feel good.
Like I said, refreshing. Refreshing is what gets me. I love anything cucumber.
Yeah. I've been on a gin kick. I love tequila, but it makes me, I wake up in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm out on that.
Favorite, what's your like go-to? I'm kind of in the rapid fire lane.
Okay. Oh gosh. And that's not what I'm great at.
You got it. What's your like favorite meal in town? Like we're like, you got a lot more date nights now.
We do. Yeah.
Where's y'all's go-to spot?
Well, if you ask my husband, it's lupe tortilla, and that's not my favorite, but that's his. That's where he's gonna suggest every time for date night.
Yeah.
I love, again, going back to Bella Italia. It's really one of my favorites.
Okay.
And it's Italian.
I've never been there. I need to check it out.
Up in North Lake, yeah.
There's a Bella Italia here. There's a Bella, I don't know what it is.
Yeah. It's a family owned. This one's family owned. I think they own. It's a pizza place in Highland Village too.
Okay.
I can't remember the name of it, but it's family owned. Like the owner's kids run it, or maybe the kids own it. I don't know, but they run it.
Yeah. So. But that's your favorite spot.
Locally, yes.
Okay. I love it.
Yeah.
Favorite book or podcast? Is there anything that's like been very instrumental? You said you're not a reader.
I am not a podcast girl either.
Not a podcast or
Tasha gets on to me all the time.
I love it.
I get sidetracked. Like even if I'm in my
So you like music in the car then?
I listen to music or silence.
You like silence?
I do. It's the weirdest thing. I'll be riding around for 30 minutes. I'm like, oh, it's pretty cool. It's quiet in here.
Yeah, sometimes you need that.
I know. But yeah, I'm not a big book or podcast.
TV shows? Or you like any?
We do. So that's actually how Ken and I kind of like wind down.
Yeah.
That's our thing, like in the evenings. Anything.
Yeah, you love right now.
Anything Taylor Sheridan. Like we love Landman, Lincoln Lawyer we like, which that's not Taylor Sheridan. But I'm trying to think some of the other ones that we like.
It's so crazy, all the filming for that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I was just at a event Friday, and there's some guys from like Landman and Southern, and I was like, I recognized, I'll show you who it was later, but I was like, what are y'all doing here? And they're like, we're doing the Taylor Sheridan shows.
Yeah. So, that's kind of how Ken and I wind down at night. It's kind of just watch a show together. I know it's silly, but that.
Do you have like a favorite of all time though? Like this was our favorite.
I'm trying to think of a show. Probably not. Again, I am not very picky.
Yeah.
I'm pretty easygoing.
Along for the ride.
Yeah.
Along for the ride. Are you a early bird or night owl?
I am neither.
Neither.
I guess in my 40s, doesn't matter what time I go to bed. Could be 9 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. My internal clock wakes me up at 7:15 almost every morning, no matter what.
That's cool.
And so, not that I want to get up at 7:15, but that's typically, unless I have to get up earlier.
Yeah.
And then I'm usually in bed by 11:30 at the latest.
Yeah.
Even on the weekends. I know but I like my sleep.
Yeah, I love it. You need it. Okay, final question. If you could go back to your younger self and give one piece of advice, what it would be?
Don't sacrifice yourself. And that meaning that don't pretend to be somebody you're not, just to think that you're going to fit into whatever scenario it is, to be true to yourself. I did that a lot, I feel like, as a young girl, trying to find acceptance. And I wish I hadn't done that.
Yeah.
I feel like I sacrificed a lot.
Yeah, I love that. It's great advice.
Yeah.
Great advice. Well, Holly.
Yes.
Thank you for joining me.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Yes.